The world is a better place because you were to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. This week included Tylenol references, Kimmel's back, Starbucks might be going down in some places, Cardi B, Ticketmaster, the Rainbow Dads, and so much more stuff is about to be discussed. So let's talk about what was trending this week. Let's talk about what was going on in our world. And it's Friday, the 26th of September. So let's end this month off right. What's going on, everybody? This is the Tweet Cap. So let's talk about what was trending in our world. And I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast. X and Twitter at ProdCoverPod. We're on TikTok at ProdCoverPod. We're on Facebook at Productive Conversations. And don't forget to check out the World of Magic Mind. Our presenting sponsor of the show has been brought to you by Magic Mind, the world's first productivity shot to help you do more and stress less. And in a world where we deal with so much going on, as I'm trying to handle podcasting, life, friends, family, new people in my life, and so on and so forth, I need Magic Mind to help clear my brain, to help keep things calm, and to get me in the right headspace. That is something that I highly recommend you all check out, and I promise things will be nice and smooth for you, and you will really be in a better place. So go to magicmind.com/PCJune for 48% of your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase. That is magicmind.com/PCJune for 48% off your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase. All the love and thank you to Magic Mind. Allison, Jose, and Ryan are here to discuss what was trending this week on this beautiful Friday, the 26th, a feel-good Friday. Ryan, Allison, Jose, give me your energy.
That's right. Happy to be here.
Oh, happy to be here.
It's great to see y'all. And yeah, we had another good week of shows. Next week, just want to remind you, number one, baseball postseason coverage begins. Every single, I should say, throughout the month of October, we will be focusing on playoff baseball. We will be doing instant reactions to every single Yankee playoff game, every Met playoff game, and so on and so forth. Me and Alec Reeves will handle that. And we will also do our weekly recaps of the NFL and college football in October as per usual, and some other fun things in between. And speaking of, this Monday, we will have a Week 4 recap of the NFL season and a Week 5 recap of the college football season. Week 4 of the NFL, Week 5 of college football on Monday. Then we have another tweet cap on Tuesday and another tweet cap on Friday. So let us end September in a glorious way and start October right next week. But for now, let's talk about what was trending in the last full week of September. And Allison, Ryan, and Jose, you ready?
Yep.
Born ready.
All right, let's begin. Assassine and Minifin. You know what that is?
I think I do. I wouldn't say it that way, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Assassine and Minifin. I'm pronouncing it right, am I?
Acetaminophen?
Acetaminophen?
Assassine and Minifin.
It's acetaminophen, yep.
Acetaminophen. All right, that's what we have here. But acetaminophen, guys, right? You know what that is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, the president of the United States doesn't. Or
I thought you were trying to imitate him a little bit.
Not quite, but I'll tell you what I'm talking about with acetaminophen, not acetaminophen. So sorry about that. Acetaminophen. All right, but earlier this week, President Trump and the Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. held a White House event in which Trump explicitly warned pregnant women against taking Tylenol, aka acetaminophen, but he specifically called the branded acetaminophen Tylenol out.
Yeah.
He said, "Don't take the Tylenol. Don't take it." He framed it as part of a broader push, or I should say, let me repeat that. Be more professional. He said, "Don't take it." He said, "Don't take Tylenol. Don't take it." He framed it as part of a broader push on autism causes, suggesting links not. He framed it as a one more time. He framed it as part of a broader push on autism causes, suggesting links not only to Tylenol use in pregnancy, but to vaccine practices as well. He also announced efforts in the FDA around Leucorvin, a folic acid. Leucorvin?
So I don't know that brand name, so that's your guess as good as mine, but it is a folic acid, yes.
Okay. But he says use that as a treatment pathway for someone for some autism symptoms. Trump administration also is pushing related messaging that there is mounting evidence linking acetaminophen use during pregnancy and autism, and that doctors and the public should be informed of such risks. The FDA moved more cautiously, stating in an open letter that clinicians should consider minimizing acetaminophen for routine low-grade fevers, but not that the drug must be avoided fully. The manufacturer of Tylenol, Kenvue, has strongly pushed back, saying that independent sound science supports that acetaminophen does not cause autism. They emphasize that it remains, quote, the safest pain reliever option for pregnant women as needed, end quote. And yeah, courts have allegedly weighed in over 500 lawsuits alleging that acetaminophen use in pregnancy causes autism were dismissed in 2024 by U.S. District Judge Denise Cote, who found the plaintiff's scientific evidence lacked rigor and was biased. But yeah, what do the scientists say so far? That it's association versus causation is the key point. Some epidemiological studies have found that associations between parental acetaminophen exposure and neurodevelopment outcomes, such as autism, ADHD, etc., none have proven a direct link. The higher quality, better controlled studies are less likely to find a risk as well. So long story short, Trump put a bad name on Tylenol.
Yeah.
It's very weird of all things. And yeah, the science for now says there's not a direct link. But you know what? Because Trump said it, a lot of people will believe it. Even if we have a big assembly, a addressing of the nation from all our great doctors in this world, if that were to happen, now acetaminophen has a weird association with pregnancies. And again, science for now has proven that that's not true. But what else is new in this world we live in 2025, where misinformation and biases take over the narrative?
Women can't have anything.
Yeah, this is a tough one for women.
We really can't.
Because this is factually the only, and I mean, even the FDA says it, like, you can't replace acetaminophen with something else.
No.
If you have fever or pains, your options are take Tylenol or take nothing. And one of the things I think is interesting, and obviously the FDA tried to cut this, and even Trump tried to mention it. Like, he was like, tough it out, but, of course, unless you really can't, right? Which I know. But being sick, if you have a fever, usually it means something's wrong. And having fever for an extended period of time absolutely will have, or not will, I'm not a doctor, but having a fever could absolutely be linked to some sort of neurodevelopmental issue in your child. So if you just sit there feverish for 2 months because you don't want to take Tylenol, that's not better for your kid. It's different for your kid, but it's not better. So I don't know. The whole thing is crazy. They did say, Matt, I don't know if we even talked about it, but they made the announcement that like 3 months ago that by the end of September, they were going to announce the cause of autism, which they have now believed they have done.
And they think it's acetaminophen.
Well, I don't think I mean, maybe they do think that. I don't know. I think they made an announcement that they were going to tell everybody what caused autism in September, and then it was almost the end of September, so they had to come up with something. That's what I think probably happened. But yeah, no, it's not good. it's silly. Not silly would be, silly is like, I don't even know, like a fake flower with sprays water. This is stupid. People could get hurt because of this. And I know a lot of folks don't care about that anymore. They don't care about their neighbors getting hurt. But if you're one of the few who seems to still care, like this is really bad. There's going to be women who are just trying to take care of their kids who are going to make their lives worse, could end up messing up their kids even more. And they're doing so to try and prevent a disease or I guess a disease we'll call it. I don't really know what you would call it, but that's more than likely genetic. It's more than likely a fact of your genes, a mutation of your genes. Like you're born with it. That's realistically what probably causes it. And I'm not a doctor. I'm a schmuck on a podcast. I've said that before. I'll continue to say it, but I'm pretty confident in that assumption based on what I do know. So
from what he saw on YouTube.
no, I mean,
I'm kidding,
like I
I'm
said,
kidding.
no, but it's good. It's good to point that out because be like, wow, you said the TikTok people are wrong, but then you cite no sources. But no, I do. I work in a profession that gives me access to a lot of medical journals. I read them in my free time when I'm not doing my actual job, and so yeah, I mean, I have read a little bit on the subject, uh, which I know does not make me qualified as a doctor, but it does make me nervous about the evidence being used to suggest it's Tylenol.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing to be hung up on. And yeah, like you said, Ryan, especially with the autism discussion, like autism is a superpower. Autism makes people special. And it's just
Well,
really
that too.
weird
Yes.
how, why would you want to try to change that? I mean, whatever is meant to be, in my opinion, right?
I have a
It's like,
question.
Sure.
I'll let you question. I have one more thought.
So let's say I got a girl pregnant, right?
Okay.
And had a headache and stuff like that, and we go to the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor tells me, "Oh, it's just Donald Trump and his stupidness," right?
Mm-hmm.
And they still prescribe.
They say use
The,
Tylenol, yeah.
yeah, they still
That'd be
prescribe
prescription
the
of Tylenol.
Well, they'll probably
well, they
just
still
tell you to take it. They won't prescribe it,
tell you.
but
It'd
yeah.
be like, but they'll give you a note saying take two or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I meant. And let's say my child does have autism.
Mm-hmm.
Can I sue the doctor?
So do you want the long answer or the
Short answer.
The
short
short
answer?
answer, please.
You could try. People have.
Yeah, we get
Didn't
500
work.
You
lawsuits.
can't sue the doctor.
Well, no, people have.
I
500, like you
know,
said,
but like,
500
can people
lawsuits. It
be
just didn't
so
work.
for real for like 2 seconds?
No.
Like,
I would, yes.
there's things out there that are like way crazier, and everyone was just like, "Oh, vaccines cause autism. Like, this causes autism. Like, blah blah blah." Like, shut the frick up. Like, can y'all just have something better to do, like in your spare time?
Exactly.
And no
Autism is not a
offense,
problem.
no, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
there's
that's
so
what I'm
many
adding
other
to
things
your
out
thing.
there that like are warranted, like to be considered problems, and y'all are over here just like blaming women for like taking Tylenol while they're pregnant, like, and oh, it's your fault, like, because your kid has autism. Like, give me a break. Like,
Again, I agree with you 1000%. Just adding on to it. Again, autism is not a problem in this world. And
Right.
anyone who wants to try to correct it should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, if they found a genuine way if somebody wanted to get rid of their autism, that's their business. That's not our business. But you're right, Matt. And RFK sat there and talked about how autistic kids will never write poems or do these. He had this
Oh
long
my.
list of things, and it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard because they
They
do it
do.
now. People do that right now. People with autism are absolutely functional, active members of society. Obviously, it's a spectrum. Some people have a lot more hardship than others, which is why if this folic acid thing, which I have to assume is also BS, given that the first part's BS, if that's real and there's a way to take folic acid to help someone who's got severe symptoms that wants to try and diminish those symptoms a little bit, then sure, whatever. If you prove it, good. I'm glad you proved it. But you're right, Matt. This is not a public health crisis. It's not. You can live a completely
Yeah, you don't get
fulfilled
cured of
life
it. Yeah.
with autism. So if you want to treat it and we have a treatment that will work without hurting people, then sure. But you don't need it. It's not a requirement. It's not, it's not like the flu. It's not like all these other things where like you get actually
COVID.
like sick, COVID, right? Yeah. We're not allowed to talk about that one though.
Dude, like, last thing I'll say before we move on. Different disability, but it's when I really understood how a disability isn't something to be burdened by, even though it's a fictional movie, right? Sound of Metal, guy loses his hearing. And one of the things is about acceptance of it since he became hearing impaired later in life. And it was the idea of like I thought too, like if that happened to me, I would try to fix it. But the way Riz Ahmed's character is challenged with this from the other actor, I can't remember his Dakota, who could hear but speaks in sign language. And it's about acceptance and how he felt he would be ashamed that if he were to get those hearing implants, reckon it's his decision in his life too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it made sense that you're not defined by the disability. It's something to use in your power and something special with it. And something special to have. And that was a eureka moment in watching a movie. And again, it's not like I'm going to purposely try to give myself a disability. But I could see where they're coming from in that instance too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't define you. You're still who you were. You can still do the things that you did, right? You don't become less of anything because you have some sort of disability. Again, and in some cases, you end up by adapting, you end up better at other things. Like which is what Matt's talking about with like the superpower aspect of when you adapt to having to do things differently, you oftentimes get better at things that folks don't need to typically get good at because they have whatever it is that you have a disability on. So yeah, I agree. I think, and it's important for people to know that you can live these lives because not everybody will get better, just generally. So having people feel comfortable, even if they're not going to get better, I think is important.
Good work. All right, let's complete this trilogy talking about Jimmy Kimmel once and for all. The fall, the fight, and the rise again for Jimmy Kimmel. All right, so obviously y'all aware that he was suspended by ABC last week for criticizing you know what happened. ABC suspended Jimmy Kimmel in which he criticized how some MAGA. Oh man, sorry. So Jimmy Kimmel got suspended by ABC for his comments against MAGA and how they're trying to use the murder of Charlie Kirk as something for political gain. And his remarks drew backlash from ABC and its ABC affiliates. And the FCC chair was salty and everybody was uptight, and it caused an unnecessary discussion about censorship in the sense that why are we censoring our big television hosts? That's what was unnecessary. We need to have the conversation, but it shouldn't have happened in the first place. Well, this Tuesday, Jimmy Kimmel came back. And after a thoughtful conversation with ABC and Disney brought Jimmy Kimmel back. In his return monologue, Kimmel addressed the controversy directly. Jimmy Kimmel addressed the controversy directly. He expressed that he never intended to joke about the murder of Charlie Kirk. He acknowledged some people felt he was blaming a group or that his remarks were misinterpreted. He said he understood that some heard what he said differently and that if he had been in other shoes, he might have felt upset as well. He defended free speech, criticized what he characterized as attempts to silence dissent, pointing to the FCC chair, and emphasized the importance of being able to have shows like his. He paid tribute to Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, particularly her forgiveness in the face of grief, saying that was a grace that touched him. He also made jokes and commentary as typical as he usually does, and made fun of Trump and all of that stuff. But Jimmy Kimmel came back, I believe it was 6 million views total, and like 20 million YouTube views on the monologue. Jimmy was a great story, I thought. And now we could put this to rest. And again, let's think about what censorship is and how we need to prevent it. Because, YouTube came out about the Biden administration asking them to censor certain political commentators. Same thing with ABC. Neither of them should have done it. So let's not do it again until it happens again in 20 years or something. But until then, let the people on your streaming services, on your television networks, cook.
Yeah, it won't be 20 years though, man. I think we should just be serious for a second.
Yeah, it'll be in 3 years.
It'll be less than 3 years. It'll be in 4 months. I mean, the president of the United States tweeted he was very upset with ABC for bringing him back. He says last time he was very upset with ABC, he sued them and won $16 million, and he thinks he can get more this time. And so that's, I think, why the conversation needs to be had more than anything else. Yes, there's we've talked offline about the other thing. We're not going to bring that up now. But right now we have there's only one president at a time. That current president has threatened now to sue ABC for reinstating Jimmy Kimmel. The FCC remains on the throats of Sinclair and Nexstar, threatening both of their licenses and their upcoming deals to acquire more stations. So I mean, Kimmel said it best. He said out loud, "My show," meaning the Kimmel show, "doesn't matter. It's not that important." And he's right. He alone, obviously he was the avatar for what's going on, but we don't need Jimmy Kimmel on our TV sets. He's not that funny. It's the things that were happening to him that are problematic, not that it happened to him, if that makes sense. And the things that were happening to him are still happening. That did not change. So, again, it's hard to keep energy up. I get it. But I would recommend keeping some energy up because we'll be talking about this again probably sometime next year. I would almost guarantee it. It might even be with Kimmel again.
Well, thanks, Ryan, for your optimistic view, but
You're welcome.
Whatever. Because you're not wrong at all. So in that sense, the power of the internet, the power of staying from government-run agencies like that, use your platforms, be safe out there. Don't encourage violence. Don't encourage misinformation. Don't encourage some bullshit. Oh, you can encourage some bullshit, but you know what I mean. And
a moderate amount of bullshit's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just don't be problematic with the platforms you have. And that counts for us too.
Yeah.
Okay. Starbucks. I thought Starbucks was everybody's favorite coffee place. Well, it turns out not to be the case from what I'm reading from this past week. So Starbucks is closing stores and cutting over 900 jobs in a restructuring move. 1,100 jobs were slashed earlier this year as well. So, geez, how about that? 2,000 jobs taken in 2025 from what I thought was the king, or I guess queen, of getting your coffee. But, yeah, pretty disappointing to hear. And very, very surprising. I don't know if it's the bubble I'm in, but I see a lot of people at Starbucks. Again, that could just be the area I'm in. But yeah, they're just firing people left and right, and or I should say laying them off, and it's just why? I thought Starbucks was the go-to.
That's easy. Answer why.
I'm curious. I mean, listen, I don't like Starbucks, so that'd be my answer, but I'm curious what Jose's answer is.
Easy. Like you just said, everybody loves Starbucks, right? That's everybody's go-to.
Allegedly.
Well, I love money more. If I can get me a coffee at
Oh
Dunkin'
yeah, it
Donuts
is very
for
expensive, like
$5,
stupidly
well,
expensive.
there you go. That kind of answer. People are like, you know what? If I can go to fucking Dunkin' Donuts and get me a coffee for like half the price, I'm fucking going there. I think that's what everybody started to do. You got more options at Dunkin' Donuts. Fucking it was a fad. Starbucks is like buying
I
fucking
don't. I disagree that it's a fad. I mean, I don't even like the coffee. It's not a fad. It's been around a long time.
Listen, it used to give you. It was like a status. I go to Starbucks because I'm fucking bougie.
Yeah, but it's been around a
It's
long
not.
time. I think we can safely say it wasn't a fad of the 90s. It is a
No,
genuine company.
the fad part was me getting me a Starbucks because I have to have if I'm gonna get a coffee, it's because I care about everybody's opinion, what I think. I have to get a Starbucks. Can't be Dunkin' Donuts. God forbid it can't be the blue white cup from in New York City, like it back in the good old days. It has to be green and white,
So
or people are gonna be judging me.
So I think you were right at the beginning, to be honest with you. I think it just caught like things are more expensive. They continue to get more expensive. Starbucks is pricing out most people. Now, I mean, again, it's coffee. Obviously, nothing on the menu is like, you know, that expensive, but like when you're trying to save money and money is tight, yeah, Starbucks is gonna be one of those things that goes away. You're gonna make it at home. I mean, we do. My wife and I do that too. We don't go out for coffee as much anymore because it's expensive to go out for coffee. It's expensive to go to any
I was
coffee
gonna
shop.
say any coffee shop in the
Um,
city, Upper
and
East Side's like
yeah,
$8
it's
Yeah,
plus.
but
super expensive down by down in DC too. So it's like,
For mid content, sorry, for mid items as well.
well,
Who's
and
ever had a
Starbucks does
coffee
have
and
that
like,
issue.
oh my
Yes.
god, this is so good? What?
Okay, I won't lie. There is one place downtown, and they have a tier. I don't like coffee normally, but it's a tiramisu latte, and I'll
Mm.
have to send it to you guys, and it's beautiful.
Oh,
It may or may not be $13, but
That makes sense.
it's very good. The cream is like
Mm.
super homemade. Like it's really good.
Yeah, I like coffee. I like coffee shops. And I don't have a crazy order. I usually do a nitro cold brew with some sort of milk, depending on how I'm feeling that day. So it's like, I like going to coffee shops. I like drinking coffee, different beans, all that good stuff. But it's expensive. So I think that
it's
they're,
Ryan.
what?
You realize that a coffee date is almost the exact same price as me just taking a girl on a date.
Now it is, yeah. It wasn't always, but now it is, yeah.
Yeah,
and
now
it's half of the ambiance and half of the vibe, and like
Well, right, it's
coffee date
busy.
can only realistically last what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, an hour if you're really talkative.
I was gonna say 2 hours was my last one.
Okay,
fucking
well, there you go.
coffee. When
Must
you
have been
realize
interesting.
when you go on a coffee date and you realize you look at the price and it's like $42. It's like God
Oh
damn.
yeah, yeah.
That's why I drink Celsius.
I feel like that
tea.
would give me like that my heart would jump out of my throat if I
Yeah,
had
well,
a
let me say,
Celsius.
let me talk about this really quick. We're doing a side segment that's making you jump Celsius. No, it doesn't. Who
It
that
keeps me
Celsius
up for
doesn't do
days,
shit.
Matt.
What?
It keep 1 Celsius. The last time I had one, it kept me up. I shoot you not for 2 days. Like I was up, and I literally like
Our
to
bodies
make
react
myself
differently.
tired.
I
Went
mean,
for
yeah, no, but
5, 6
bodies do
mile
react
walks.
differently.
It
Yeah,
was so bad.
I've got
my
I've
heart
just been
meds.
around a lot of people who
I can't
are
take
like
Celsius.
me,
I
who
got
just
heart
drink
meds.
it like it's nothing. Like it's
Oh
just
yeah,
like
my
right,
wife
because
soda.
has multiple. She'll have like 2 a day.
your body
So
has high tolerance to it. It's the fucking it's the sugar intake. It's 300 grams. That's like taking a pre-workout.
400 grams.
Is it 400?
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
Most
supposed to
so
only
it
have
worked.
500 a day.
Cool.
Yeah.
But most pre-workouts,
I could drink like 5 of them.
but most
Well,
pre-workouts is
yeah,
300
people
grams.
do. People drink right before their workouts. Like they'll do 2
Right.
workouts a day. They have one before each one. Like that's very common. But for like someone like me, like I said, I got my own heart meds. All right, I can't be taking things to do all that with the sugar. Can't be done.
Yeah, I'm just like always on the move, always doing something, and I need something to keep me up. That isn't drugs. So
You need to go. Well, you need to go get checked out then, because maybe you need to get your iron checked out, because if you have low energy like that and you
Yeah,
need
it's
two
true.
fucking Celsius,
okay, it's not
you're
no.
fucked.
One, no, I don't drink 2 Celsius a day. I say it could, but
So fun
that's just
story.
me. That's just me overemphasizing things.
My wife did
I'm
have
just
low
like,
iron, by the way. That's part of why she had the 2 Celsius a day.
I used to have, and Alani was the only thing I could drink, so I used to have Alani's like every day. Yeah, my iron's low.
Got to get that iron up. It changes a lot, actually. Again, my wife swears by it. She's like, it's really a game changer. But
Celsius
to
or
answer
iron?
iron. She likes Celsius too. She does drink Celsius. But to go back to the original point, I think it's really a shame, and we're going to talk about something similar soon, that it's clear that they're firing, 2,000 people because they've decided that their options are lower their prices to try and compete better, but then they make less money themselves, meaning the corporate, or fire a bunch of people, keep the prices, and then they got less expenses, so the money goes further. To me, that's really a shame that that's the decision they made. It's, of course, their decision as a business, but man, jobs are hard to find out there. You can't just obliterate 2,000 of them. That's horrible.
And
I
they
Well,
come
don't
did.
worry,
from
it's
me
not
right
all
now.
America. It's Canada too.
Okay, well, I don't.
It
I
doesn't
mean, I
matter
still
where you
feel
are in
bad
the
about
world.
them. I feel a little less bad. I won't lie to you, but I still feel bad.
Listen, it's fucking Starbucks. There's a Dunkin' Donuts. They're taking applications in every Dunkin' Donuts in every fucking corner.
I mean, yes,
All
but
right.
they're not taking 2,000 applications. This is just not true, Jose, and you know
Dunkin'
that.
Donuts. There's like in a 3 mile radius. There's probably 2,000 fucking Dunkin'
There's
Donuts.
not, though. The whole point is there's two coffee shops in town, the Starbucks and the Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe a couple of
Listen,
the people from the Starbucks can go to the Dunkin' Donuts.
hey,
Most of
guess
the
what?
people who work at one will not get to just work at the other. If that was the case, then they wouldn't have needed two coffee shops.
Well, I seriously think you should thank Starbucks because if you were trying to make a fucking career at Starbucks, then I think Starbucks did you a favor by letting you go. You
It's
go
not about
back to
career, it's about your
school.
Some
bills,
people
Jose.
who work at Starbucks and
Trust me,
they do fine.
Yeah, they do decent.
Starbucks. Yeah, if you live in at your mom's or you with like 10 roommates, sure, you're not paying no bills at fucking
I just didn't
$8 an
realize you
hour.
had no expenses, Jose. That's incredible.
I
Yeah.
do have expensive,
All
but I'm
right,
not
then you
working
know
at a
how important money
Starbucks.
is.
Yeah, I got that part. But if I was really if I was in debt or over my head, I'm not planning to be like, hey guys, I'm gonna just stay to fucking Starbucks.
No,
I'm gonna
but you
keep
can't. You know what's
moving.
worse than being at Starbucks? Not having a job of any
Trust
kind.
me, there's jobs out there if you really want it.
Yeah, but if 2,000 people really need a job, there's not 2,000.
Listen,
That's the point.
I hear OnlyFans is doing great. I hope Uber Eats you can make a
I mean,
bank
if
on
they
Uber
look like
Eats.
me, Jose, they got no
Jesus Christ.
shot on OnlyFans.
You never fucking know. Somebody might like chubby wubbies.
That's what I'm
Mm,
saying. But seriously, they got no shot if they look like me. So
Lying.
I'm sorry, but I disagree with you. There's not more jobs than there are people to fill them anymore. There used to
There's
be.
Uber
There
Eats.
is
You can make
not.
money Uber
If
eating.
everyone in the city is doing Uber Eats, then no one is around
Why
to
the
buy
hell
the
do you think?
Uber.
Why do you think 2,000 jobs is in one fucking location?
That's not obviously it's not in one location. It's called extrapolation, Jose.
Well,
If there's a lot of extra people in the market, they can't all do the same job. That's like if everyone just became an electrician because it's a good job.
it
Then
worked
no
at
one would pay for electricians because
it,
everyone was their own
it
electrician.
worked
And if
during
anyone got
COVID.
sick, they would not be able to do anything.
It worked during COVID where everybody was every other house was a goddamn Uber driver.
Did that? You think it worked? They had to send like $5,000 checks to everybody.
Right.
It
And by the
worked.
way, when you said extrapolating, you better not point your strap on to this direction. All right. So when
That's
you
right.
better
Extrapolating.
extrapolate anything with a strap in it, don't point it to this direction. Thank you.
I'll keep it. I'll keep it elsewhere.
Let's keep it going with the corporate greed. Ticketmaster, you saw what they did. You saw what their
Yeah.
tone deaf CEO said. All right,
What?
let me pull up what he said. Right? Oh my God, this is a damn. This is a travesty.
By the way,
It was Live Nation or was it Ticketmaster?
It's Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster is Live Nation
Oh.
on Ticketmaster.
Oh, well, there you go. It's both.
Yeah, but I agree with Ticketmaster. Oh.
Well, let's
All right,
let's read
I'll-
what it is and then we'll talk about it.
Ticketmaster boss Michael Rapino says concert tickets are, quote, underpriced.
Yep.
Quote, in sports, I joke it's like a badge of honor to spend 70 grand for a Knicks courtside seat. They beat me up if we charge 800 for Beyonce. All right, so I don't get how 800. What world are we living in where $800 for Beyonce is a cheap show?
Well, number one. But number two, who's paying $70K for courtside? Number three, where is courtside on the Beyonce show?
Courtside's probably
What's courtside at a Beyonce show? I know what courtside is
no.
on basketball. It's right next to the court where the players are. What is courtside for Beyonce? Do I get to sit with the drummer? What does courtside look like? I'm saying you want 70.
So Jose, you think concerts are underpriced?
Listen, I do. In the sense of you look at Knicks games, courtside ain't Knicks game. Tell me how much the courtside ticket to Knicks game costs. Fucking Beyonce front row, you can get it for $2,000.
Do you know how much further
that's
away?
too cheap, and that's too cheap.
No, I'm saying it's underpriced when you compare it to sports.
Do you know how far away you are from Beyonce?
I feel like, can I say something? When it comes to the court side, or it comes to sitting behind home plate, or sitting right at the 50-yard line, or sitting in a box, I feel you understand you're in special privilege. Like, I'm doing something not a lot of people will ever do in their lives. I feel that's one of the things you have to take in it. Like, if we have to talk about the idea of just getting your ass into the place, whether standing room or sitting up at the way top of the bleachers, like, those are still in certain places over $500 if you're lucky, and depending on the act.
Depends on the artist.
Oh, see,
yeah, exactly.
Taylor Swift was almost 800 up there.
Taylor Swift was more than that for the last seat and row in the Absolute Stadium.
The only thing is, you see their stuff.
Ticketmaster.
There was a whole thing on it. Ticketmaster literally was to the point where
they got congressional had to get involved.
What's weird about it too is that we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot because they do still sell out these buildings at these absurd prices. So, on a business standpoint, you can understand why they are going to charge you this month's rent for a ticket. You will still go. You'll be the sucker, maybe.
Who's the sucker? The sucker is the one who's
bitching. So
again, sure, if it's truly worth everything to see this act or go to this game, I guess I get your argument. But bro, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It is, and it's making. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Y'all bugging. You guys are.
You support. You still like. You know what? Raise my ticket prices now and put me in the back. Put me in the parking lot. $5,000.
I'm not saying to raise my prices, but I'm not bitching. I'm not bitching about my prices either, though.
But not everybody's like you, Jose. A lot of people are struggling, which I know you can understand too.
And that's cool. But it is either you can or you can't. If I can bet, cool. If I can't, I'm not going to sit there and bitch about the prices. If someone else is going to beat me on the price, why not?
So obviously, yes, Jose, that you either have the money to go or you don't. That's correct. My argument or my counterpoint would be, not for the Ticketmaster. I get what they're doing. But you've got these folks, and we've talked about this in sports and live entertainment before this segment, too. You've got these folks who are fans. And they cannot afford to see you. The people who can afford to see you are going to your event, be it a game, a live performance, a concert, whatever. It is at this point, like you talked about the status symbol of Starbucks, that's what it is. I could afford to get into this concert. I could afford to get into this game. I could afford to see this performance because I have the money to do so. It becomes a status symbol, which means the same group of people. Because factually, the number of people with more money in this country is getting smaller, and the number of people with less money in this country is getting bigger. The disparity between people with more money and people with less money is growing in the direction of more poor people, not more people who are well off. So you've got the same group of people who can afford to go as a status thing. They don't give two shits about you as an artist. Meanwhile, the people that do care, they're paying $200 for scraps to get, whatever, a half-signed DVD of your concert. There's people going to concerts in movie theaters. Like, they're dressing up as if they're going to a concert to watch it in theaters. That's not because the concert was the greatest thing ever. I'm sorry, Allison, in the case of Taylor Swift. But they did it for Beyonce, too. It's because they couldn't afford to go to Taylor Swift or Beyonce. If you're those two people, you should be mad. I mean, we're mad, but I mean, ultimately, we don't got the money. As Jose said, it's put up or shut up, and you're right. We don't have the money, so we should shut up. The artists who love their fans, as they'll say in every interview, until they're old and gray, they should be furious that only the wealthiest people in the largest cities in America can afford to see them right now. That would make me incredibly angry.
Why do you say that it's wealthy people? You ever heard there's people out there that work Starbucks and shit, just know how to manage their money?
That means they're wealthy there, bud. What are you talking
But
about?
Exactly.
buddy, if you can manage your money and
Yes.
you kind of, well, that doesn't
That
make you
would
wealthy.
still make you wealthy. If you manage
Yes.
your money from Starbucks to the point where you can afford a $70,000 Knicks ticket, you are still
70,000.
wealthy. It does not matter where you went to
Listen.
work to get that wealth. You are still a wealthy person who can
Bars.
spend that money. So I don't know
Yeah,
what that
or-
point was,
Bars.
but
point
that was a
is-
stupid
the
point out of
is,
Jose.
no, I'll tell you, the point is dumb people that bitches about the price of a ticket, they can't afford a ticket. You have two options. A, get a fucking better job. B,
Right,
don't
'cause there's
go.
a lot of those.
Or C, save up your money. Let's not be fucking stupid now, guys. Fucking
So-
Knicks tickets play every fucking year. All right, you're not gonna
All
go
right,
this
what about
year. You
Taylor
got
Swift or
enough money.
Beyonce?
Come on, it's even better. Give me that one. You know they're gonna go on fucking tour. You have plenty of time to go save money when the next tour date comes up.
She went around the world like 6 times over. She's done for 4 years, 5 years now.
Who gives a shit? But you know, she's gonna tour again. And
There'll be dead people who died who wanted to go see this
Homie,
Warriors tour
you see, now you're just bitching.
in that time.
Again,
Her
bitching.
tour was so
You-
iconic,
listen,
and that's like a
it was-
once in a lifetime thing.
You have exactly. And if it's a one lifetime thing, and whenever it fucking comes your way, you are ready for it. That's the problem. Either you can save up or shut the fuck up. That's it.
Bold, very bold and brave of you to side with the multi-billion-dollar corporation, Jose.
It's
Somebody
not
had
about-
to do
it's
it,
not about-
but
listen, if
I think the
somebody-
artists should be upset that their actual fans are being priced out of their shows.
Hold on, the actual fans will be smart enough to kind of be knowing
No,
that
there's
I'm
plenty
gonna
of
save
dumb
my
fans.
money.
We all know that.
They're gonna save their money, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, like
There's
I
plenty of
got
old fans.
Let's get two things right.
Dumb fans,
It's
rather.
like Comic Con. I spend money like fuck, and I
Sure.
know. All right, for next year. I'm gonna start stacking for next year, or
Good.
whatever. Taylor Swift takes it once every 4 years. It should be better on you. Save. You got 4 years to save up. Put
Yeah, but you
$25 a
don't
week.
know that.
But
Like,
Timmy-
you don't know.
And
this
more
is
importantly,
better for you.
Timmy
Again,
decided
it's
that he wanted to be a,
It's okay. It's
all-star
okay.
baseball player. So now you got fall ball. Now you're gonna have to be paying for summer travel league. You've got the actual baseball at
Okay.
school that you have to buy stuff for. Like people live lives. They have lives. Lives are messy. Some people
Okay.
don't have
Guess
a messy
what?
life.
There
Some
you go.
people have
So
a very
Timmy gotta
messy
get
life.
okay. Are you busy with Timmy? So you don't got time to go to the concert?
Well,
Timmy
right,
got
but
baseball
that's what I'm
and
saying.
shit.
Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself?
You hear yourself?
You're too busy
again.
raising a child for us. Fuck you. I'm gonna go to the concert. That's what you just said. That
Yeah,
is
well,
effectively
yeah.
what you just said.
Cool. Move the how you say it? Move the goalpost again.
I'd move
Different
anything.
situation.
I'll move
Whatever.
anything.
Doesn't matter because now you're adding kids. Who the fuck in this chat has kids?
No one. But
Okay, so where the fuck kids come in?
Yeah,
There's-
but
I think he's
if
just
more than
saying
four
for
that
the family, the people
Right, there's
that
more than
want-
4
a
people
lot
in
of
the
people
world.
do
Jose.
I get what you're saying,
It's
but
hard for a whole
if
family.
I-
That's the same for
listen.
games too.
Let's get this straight.
You will spend a stack now for a family of four.
For your family to go to a football game.
and your favorite team
Absolutely.
could get your ass beat too.
Right, yeah,
That's the-
you're a
that's
Jets
what's-
fan. You spend $1,000 to watch them lose,
Thunder.
only score 6 points.
Fuck it.
Yeah, right. That's exactly why people
Listen,
fans are
I
as
took
angry
it-
as ever.
Hey,
Yeah.
Matt can tell you, Matt, when we go to Yankees thing, we're on the fucking floor. We're not all the way up top, and they get their fucking smoke. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
I mean, baseball's
Point-
also different too, and we're single too.
Baseball,
I'm just saying,
basketball, I don't care.
It's-
The point is, if you know it's coming,
It's
you
very
have
brave
yourself
of you.
money saved.
It's very brave of you to come on the show and support
And the only thing-
multi-billion-dollar business. Not many people would do that.
That's-
So I'm
Why?
going to
But
give
and
you
the one-
kudos
and the-
for doing that because most people,
Why
I think,
do-
would side with the people who
Of
can't
course.
afford it.
Of course, because
So-
they can't afford it themselves. I get
Right,
it.
and that's
Cool.
fine. And so I, for one, am glad that somebody is speaking for the little guy, the multi-billion-dollar corporation who is complaining, if you will, about how $800 from everybody
Hey,
is not enough dollars
Cool.
from everybody.
here's the problem. Taylor Swift
There's no
All
problem.
these Taylor Swift got ticket price. Fucking 70 sells out $80,000 seat arenas. She got 80,000 people to fucking afford a ticket. So I don't need to hear you bitching when she can come up with 80,000 people to go buy a ticket and buy it 3, 4, 5 times that amount. So for me, hearing people bitching like Matt and whatever, that's cool.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No one's paying me $800 a ticket, so I'm allowed to say what the fuck I want. My point is, if Taylor Swift or Beyonce or Oasis or whoever gave half a fuck about their fans as they claim they do, then they, not Matt and I, would be leading this charge against Ticketmaster.
Ryan.
So pay attention. You explained, and you did a very good job. Your gift basket from Live Nation will be in the mail. I'm sure of it.
Damn right.
What I'm saying is, for the fans watching who happen to agree with me and not Jose, if there are any of you, watch which artists say something and which ones don't. The artists that say something are the ones who care about you as a fan. The ones who don't give a shit who's in the arena as long as it's full, and they're perfectly fine with the price going up. End of conversation. There is no other way to interpret that information.
Listen, look, even Bad Bunny himself said it. People started bitching when Bad Bunny tickets were expensive as fuck. And you know what he said? Well, my truest fans will show up. So fuck you, Ryan.
You gotta hope that he has a lot of. He's got 100,000 truest fans. That is a true statement, but whatever it means,
like 4 people died at the last Bad Bunny concert, so I don't know if I would be talking about it. Yeah, I pulled it up right here, by the way, if you want to read the name.
And that's cool. He didn't just get people to go show up. He got people to go to a different fucking country and pay top dollar.
People live there as well in Puerto Rico.
Well, yeah, but that last 20 events were for anybody outside. Ryan, you make it sound like the people that went to the concert were all Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico.
No, not all of them, but I'm sure a decent number of them were, given it was in Puerto Rico. And the main artist, Bad Bunny, of course, famously also from Puerto Rico.
Even if he got half of the motherfuckers from America or wherever the fuck they came from, they all showed up and paid top dollar for their hotel and their little fucking VIP package and fucking airplanes and shit.
And that's beautiful. And I'm happy that they did that. And I'm even more happy that Grammy Award-winning, multi-million-dollar artist Bad Bunny received even more money for it. I'm totally fine with that. I'm just saying he doesn't give a shit about his fans. He cares about the dollar signs that come out of
the
his
motherfucking
thing.
money. That's true, Ryan, because he really would have said
and
he
so
wants to be
that.
everybody being inclusive.
So I don't give a shit what you have to say about whether or not it's good or bad. You can say that this is a good way to do things, and that's your right. I'm saying whether it's a good way to do things or a bad way to do things, it is a factual statement that they care more about money than they do about fans. End of conversation. That could be fine with you. That could be good with you. You could understand that and even like it. Sounds like you do. Again, it's coming in the mail.
Jose he's going to have a Live Nation poster.
That's right. He's going to love that.
Sponsored by Live Nation.
So if I'm a singer, and I open myself up and willing to pause my life and go on tour, I need to fucking...
I say that because that is your job to tour.
Yeah, tell you what, Jose, you're right.
Am I wrong?
Jose, you know what? No, Jose, you're right. If you are a famous singer... If you're a famous singer with lots and lots of downloads
for you
and
to
lots and lots of money, I agree. If it's going to be inconvenient for you to perform the songs that made you a millionaire, for the fans who enjoyed the songs and paid for those songs to make you a millionaire, if that is going to be inconvenient, then I personally agree. Yes, you should charge top dollar to make those pesky fans, those asshole fans who had the audacity to want you to come and perform the song.
Who knew that Jose was such
a
capitalist?
Listen, I tell you, I'm about money.
Stance to take. You are falling all the way off the fucking rails right now, Jose.
Just wait until this podcast makes more money.
But that's just an insane concept. Oh, it's hard for the artist. It's their job.
Yeah,
my job.
That's a tough one, Jose. That I've heard a lot of stuff.
Okay,
what are you? You just think they're SoundCloud performers?
Hold on. Now you're just gonna prove my point even better.
Go for it.
If I work at what I do for work, I come into work. I'm asking. I want top dollar. So why the fuck am I asking I'm not going to my boss. Hey guys, I enjoy working here. Like, you can just give me whatever the fuck you want.
Well, that's not what we said either.
No, you just literally said
No,
that's
it's
their
not.
job.
No.
Singing
I
on
didn't
stage
ask
is
them
that
to.
just said.
Oh,
Yeah, performing is your job. You
At
are
no
supposed
point
to
in
see
time-
Okay,
the
thank
fan.
you. So why the
no
fuck am
point
I?
in time-
Why the fuck am I gonna take a cut for anybody?
At no point in time did I suggest that the biggest pop stars and rappers and athletes of the United States of America should be living in poverty. I didn't say pay whatever you want. I said Live Nation looked me in the eye with a straight ass face and said $800 was not a lot of money. It wasn't enough money, I should say. That's insulting. That is an insulting statement.
Come on, Jose. You really think $800 is not a lot of money to the average
It's an
person?
insulting
I'm saying
statement.
I know for you, but the normal
they are
person.
multi-millionaires.
Okay, then. But my
$800 a ticket is totally fine. Better than fine. I'd say that's great.
Free fees too.
I would do it for
funny.
$300.
Fuck, you
Why?
guys are funny.
Because I don't got their money. You see what I'm talking about?
Wait, whose fault is that? Right.
No one's fault. What do you mean whose fault is that?
It's
your fault for not being a pop star. Well, yes, technically speaking, yes.
Ryan, the point is like fucking wrestling tickets. Everybody bitching about WrestleMania prices.
Those are expensive too.
Jose, you're the only dude who's pro TKO.
Or not. No, because here's the problem. Because I went to SummerSlam. I afford it. I ain't bitching to go in the front row. I ain't bitching to whatever. I get take the prices. But they're going to sell them. People are going to buy them. Why
well, yes, I know. That's why I'm not asking Ticketmaster or TKO to change anything, because that would be stupid of them. They're going to charge as much as they can to still sell out. I'm saying the artists continue. We hear all the time about these artists, how they love their fans, they want to give back to the fans, and then they'll meet one fan, take a photo with that fan, get on Good Morning America, and then they'll make multi-million-dollars off of the backs of, the wealthiest or most, the people in the town who have the most money. We can't say wealthy. Jose didn't like that. And so, like,
and
if
again,
you care about
can I just say this? We will have to move on after this.
Yes.
So the federal minimum wage is $7.25. I asked AI, how many hours do you need to work to get $800
for a ticket to Beyonce
before taxes?
Yeah,
110 hours.
Right.
You have to work.
That's like 3 weeks.
You have to work 3 straight weeks. Nothing to go.
No other expenses.
Well, that's what I mean. You have to have the rent has got to be already paid for. Then 3 weeks.
Not even close. It's still not close to being paid for.
Y'all funny motherfuckers. Y'all make it say like this is an everyday fucking thing. Like I'm going every weekend to a fucking concert.
What?
You telling
That's
me
still a lie. What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what.
Listen, Jose,
all
I can say is our pockets aren't as deep as you, Jose.
I get that.
We got to figure it out.
But no,
like
but
most of us, like a normal person.
It's not even about deep pocket. It's about if you have money in your bank account and you save money for whatever reason, just for splurge money or whatever.
I got to pay $18 for a sandwich.
Listen, it don't matter. Point is, if you can save your money, you can afford a fucking ticket. It's not like the motherfucking Taylor Swift's going to perform every fucking weekend. It's once in a goddamn blue. Once every 4 years, or whatever the last fucking concert. So you're trying to tell me
I'm gonna have to say we just can't. We're just not gonna agree on this one. It's as easy. I don't think it's as easy as you're making it out to be, and I don't think
the
hundred of millions.
Y'all trying to tell me you guys can't save $800 in 4 years? If you really want to go to this fucking Taylor Swift concert?
We fucking can't. A lot of us can't with the world, with how the world is, without the way the world is set up.
Crazy.
Jesus, then guess what? And that's why I respect the people that hustle. It's like, oh, I really want this. Guess what I'm gonna do? Get another fucking job. And they get a part-time job. They work at fucking Planet Fitness that they do the night shift.
Like I said,
if you
at no point
I was overqualified.
At no point in time did I say I couldn't afford to do any of this.
Well,
this is not because I can't afford to see anything. It's because I can look at the reality
it's an expensive world. I told you, $18 for a sandwich, $15 for a cup of coffee.
I can see other people having a hard time and empathize with those other people.
Whose fault is that?
No one's fault.
No, not on the fucking. No, 18. You guys accepted paying the $18 for this fucking sandwich. So why am I going to lower it?
Okay, then it's $18 to get
So
all the
guess what? If it's
fixings at the
18,
grocery store
if
to
it's
make my
18,
sandwich.
it's 18 fucking dollars. You can go somewhere else. You go to McDonald's. You have options, different places.
That's
You
good,
can
yeah.
stand your fucking ground. Like these
But you could
fucking
also
Taylor.
get sick.
Bro, Taylor, you
McDonald's
telling me right
isn't
now?
healthy
Let's get
too.
to,
I could do that. I
hold
could
on.
put shit
I
in
got
my
this.
body.
If it was really this big of a fucking deal, everybody would have said no to the Taylor Swift concert and fucking went away. But
Ryan, I
no,
love it.
everybody decides to fucking pay up 4-5 times more than what the ticket was.
Not everybody.
Yeah, not everybody. Yeah, right.
People in the arena.
Anybody? Well, people in the arena spend 12.
All right, we'll eat
$12,000
grass,
for me.
Jose, to help us keep alive. We will go and eat dirt, and I will drink from the rain, so I can have some more money to hopefully see, I don't know, Kendrick Lamar again.
There you go.
Well, if you want to go see him, he probably
That cost $400 back in 2017. I can only imagine.
Do you honestly really think Kendrick Lamar would be $400? You're fucking on drugs. Kendrick Lamar hasn't done shit since last year.
Well, he did have the biggest concert of that. Yeah,
Listen,
right. Exactly.
It's just for me. I'm just saying this. I don't give a fuck what the prices are. If I can afford it, I'm gonna
know that, Jose. We're not critiquing your ability to pay for things.
And for everybody that wants to bitch, everyone want to bitch about lowering the prices. Well, then don't go. Because if we don't,
they should do,
if nobody goes, guess what happens? Them prices are gonna get lowered. The problem is everybody's gonna go. Everybody's gonna pay top dollar.
Again, factually, not everybody, just the people who go.
Yeah, but those
and that means they care only about the people who go.
Listen,
I'm saying? They don't care about everybody. They care about the 80,000 people that can show up.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like, if there's a concert,
you're in the stadium. You're in the 80,000.
Well, yeah, right.
I got you. I understand where you're coming from.
And I get this. And if I was in the stadium, I'd give 2 fucks on motherfuckers that are outside stadium. Because if I paid all that price,
I believe you. I know you don't give a fuck about everybody else. I'm aware. I'm saying, as someone who could also go to the stadium at $800. I would still give a fuck. One, because $800 is a lot of fucking money, even for me. Yes, I can do it. But why would I want to? And 2, perhaps more importantly, just because I have got the good fortune of being able to go into my bank account and grab $800 does not mean everybody has that good fortune. And I can be upset on behalf of people who don't have that good fortune, because it is nonsense for someone that I don't even like that much. I could go see Beyonce. I'd like her fine. Not a big Beyonce fan, but I could go. Why? Because I could afford it. I could see her in Capital One Arena. But other people would kill to go see that, and they can't afford it. Those are Beyonce's fans. Why is she not addressing them too? Why am I, because I got $800, the only fan that matters? So that's all we have time to say, because we've covered this for like 45 minutes. So,
and I want to switch that from Beyonce to Cardi B, who's on the Call Her Daddy podcast this past week, and had 2 crazy things that she said on that podcast. Number 1, Cardi B just explained her ultimate sexual fantasy in detail. The mother of 4 and a big pop star.
Mother of 4 and a big pop star.
She's pregnant again, isn't she?
I think so.
Yes, with Stephon Diggs.
With Diggs, yep. So, mother of 5.
Are they like... They're not married though, right? They're just
dating. No.
She says it's her boyfriend, but he doesn't talk about his personal stuff in interviews. So
he's on a terrible start to his Patriot career. So let me just play the audio for it. It'd be a little easier to do that. All right, ready?
Yep.
What's a kink or fantasy you've never admitted publicly? Shit, I think I've done them all.
Mm-hmm.
I would like, in a threesome, to have a really pretty face girl that I really like, and we both sucking dick together, but not just my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, making out, clashing on it.
And I love that you specified really pretty face. What, because you're gonna have to look at her? Or are you keeping your eyes open or closed?
If I like her a lot. I mean, it's really passionate when you make out with girls. Not when you make out, period. I'm very passionate. I like to make love. So I'm just not oh, you jerk it and suck it, I jerk it and suck it. You jerk it and suck it, I jerk it and suck it. No, it's just a clash.
You're coming together to make something beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Hey, you know what? Good
Insane.
for her. I like Cardi B.
There you go. I bet you do.
She did this interview in a Diggs jersey, by the way.
Well, I mean, it's the father of her upcoming child. Is this her first baby with Diggs?
Yes.
Okay. So upcoming child then. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
She's also the new voice of the New York City Transit.
That's phenomenal too. I love that.
So
that's great. I've said
Yeah.
I wish she was reading like Mother Goose stories. I think that'd be so funny. Like
she's so funny.
What do you mean, Mother Goose?
Yeah, like children's little fables or whatever, like the tortoise and the hare, read by Cardi B.
Oh,
that would be funny. Would it not be very funny?
That would be very funny. But I can't get over her just saying.
Well, no, that is what honestly that
everything.
makes it funnier. But the only thing that would make it funnier is if you didn't write the ending and she had to make that up. That would be the only thing funnier. But I digress.
All right. So the second thing she said, in reference to her wide receiver baby dad, soon to be baby daddy, current boyfriend, this is what they had to say to about Diggs and stuff like that. So let's get that queued up. So Cardi B addresses fans saying Stephon Diggs broke up with her because her BBL stinks. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Like, there's a rumor that like my boyfriend dumped me because my BBL stink. And it's just like the way this be getting in, it can be. I don't know who made the rumors that BBL stink, but it's like it doesn't fucking stink. Well, how would a BBL stink if you don't got no open wounds?
Do you talk about it with Stephon or no?
No, we just be joking about it. Like, I heard you left me because my BBL stink.
Matt probably started that rumor.
That's funny, but yeah, the people do say BBL stink. I want to know.
I mean, yeah.
How would they?
Right?
I don't know. That's fine. I'm at a loss of words.
Yeah, I've got no real.
Who's been around people with BBLs?
I mean, it is like, right? It is their rear. I suppose.
I mean, a
that
girl
will
at
smell.
the gym one time showed me like her friend who got a BBL, and she showed me like the recovery process. And you have like draining tubes in your legs, and like it's all like bruised.
I don't like that.
And,
I don't like that.
Yeah.
All to get a bigger ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that.
I've been seeing them a lot lately, though, like around the city. I'm like, I just sometimes will look and I'm like, BBL.
Why don't you just go to the gym? What's wrong with doing squats? So you had to pay for all this money instead of doing squats?
I mean, squats aren't. I don't think squats.
I'm not trying to be that judgmental, but I'm just wondering. Like, who thought? You know what? You know what surgery we need in this world? For people to have bigger asses, bigger cheeks, bigger glutes. If you want to be more professional about
if
it,
somebody's willing to pay for it, as we just discussed. Free market.
Jose, talk about BBLs real quick.
You they stink, Jose.
To be honest with you, I never fucked one with a BBL before, so we don't really know.
Wow, uncharted territory.
I know, that's why.
What do you think about? Are you interested in them? Do you support
I'm more
the BBL
interested.
movement?
I'm more interested in the sucking and kissing on my dick. So
from the first story, that was definitely an interesting. That was definitely an interesting anecdote. I also was interested in hearing more.
After hearing that, I give two fucks how stinky your fucking BBL is. So I need to find me a girl.
If a girl had a stinky BBL, like two girls, you would let them do the fantasy that Cardi was talking about in the original.
She's sucking my dick. I don't care. Shit.
So if she stinks, it doesn't matter?
Shit, I've done worse. I fucking things I fucked.
Matt, I can see Matt trying like not to throw up. Matt hates stinky people.
Listen, I think Matt's different. Matt's fucking like anal with that shit. I give two shits.
That's one thing I'm not about. I'm not about the back door.
My God.
So
no, never mind.
In all seriousness, like it is a butt, so maybe it does stink. butts stink sometimes.
Yeah, but
I don't
when
know
you're
if
fucking,
I don't know if the
Yeah, but it
actual
shouldn't
like
stink.
I
Like,
don't
it's
know
not
if
like
the
you're
lift.
shitting the bed.
I'm just
Like,
saying I don't know
listen,
that the lift had anything to do with it. Sometimes a butt
Ryan,
just smells.
when you're at the club or you're meeting a girl, you at least expect her to have she has some fucking Johnson and Johnson lotion on her or some
I'm
fucking
just saying.
smelly.
I'm
She ain't
just
coming
saying.
there fucking sweaty and stinky with stink
It's
underwear.
not the most.
So,
Is it not? It's not the craziest thing in the world that somebody's butt would smell. They do smell sometimes.
listen, I think
Whether you lift them or otherwise.
I think at the end of the day, it's the least of someone's issue. People still F girls with STDs and shit, and then you think
That's true. They do that.
we're giving a shit about stinky ass? Come on,
I mean, it depends on who you are. Obviously, non-starter for
I mean,
Matt.
men have stinky penises sometimes,
yeah,
so
but men, that's just they don't fucking shower. It's a choice. I think that's where it's disgusting. If you want to take a shower and not, it's the same thing. Girls, you got a stinky BBL. I mean, that means you haven't taken a shower.
God.
I don't know what's going on. Jose's in his libertarian mode where everything is everybody's choice. But
I mean, it is.
I guess, yeah. No, I mean, you're not wrong.
to
Like, if you
clean your
shower,
shit.
you're
Right,
gonna smell
Jose,
better.
why do you think people get bigger asses? Why do people decide to go to Brazil to get the extra fat in the
You
glutes?
mean Miami?
Or wherever the hell you get it. Get it in Vermont. I don't know.
Self-conscious?
A BBL in Vermont is a wild idea.
Yeah.
Fill them up with syrup, huh?
I mean, what's it? I mean, is that important? The ass that important
Hey,
to get ready for the booty rocking everywhere?
Listen, let's be real honest. Let's be real honest, Matt. You go to the gym. What is the one fucking machine every girl works out on? Every fucking booty machine.
I will not be making this generalization.
No, I want to hear.
Come on, Matt. Let's see. You don't see them fucking working on their back. They're fucking working fucking
on their
leg,
back.
fucking legs, and fucking ass.
Now, scientists have shown us, and social scientists have shown us that females like to work on lower bodies and men like to work on upper bodies.
Yeah.
That's not a wrong generalization or stereotype.
It's not, because when we look at here's the thing. When we look at women.
Which social scientist said that? I want to see the peer-reviewed study on that.
Yeah, for real.
But you are right, by the way. I mean, I don't.
All right,
I don't
it's a
know that
stereotype. People like to work. Girls like to work on their ass and legs.
Facts. When you talk to girls look at they like the big arms, big chest bullshit. Guys, we look at fucking titties and ass.
Right. No, you're right.
That's it.
Yes. Tits and ass. Tits and ass. Ass and tits. All that shit.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's a Will Ferrell song.
So just have your shit clean, BBL clean, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, is that your message to Cardi B, who is listening for sure?
Listen, I'll fuck Cardi B with a stinky BBL or not. It don't really bother me.
Well, there you
just
go.
Just have that third person, that pretty
she's
face.
She's already turned it off. So unfortunately, that's all she's going to hear. But
if Stefan Diggs don't take care of it, I will. We'll have that sixth child in no time.
Question of the day. The first, I have two. I have a backup one just in case. Did you all like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I don't even know if I watched that.
I liked it.
Okay.
I liked the.
Well, I can't do this question because I didn't.
Okay.
Why? Well, the fuck.
All right, we'll do the mini question. Who is your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
I think everybody's fucking Michelangelo. Like, or Raphael.
I don't even know who's.
I know them by the color.
Of course.
What color is that? The red one.
Raphael is red. Michelangelo blue. No. Leonardo is blue. Michelangelo is
Michelangelo's orange and Raphael's
ninja,
red.
Go ninja, go!
I like
go ninja,
Donatello.
go ninja, go!
The corniest fucking one is not a shot.
He used the staff, which I thought was cool.
The corniest weapon in a fucking stick.
I'm gonna pick the red one.
Raphael.
Who's the funny one?
Michelangelo.
I like him.
Likes the pizza, yeah.
Is he like, wow?
Yeah.
Exactly. What happened to April O'Neil too?
Fine ass. Sweater. She's with a
fictional ass as well.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Okay.
I love everybody. If we're talking about, there's a lot of different franchises. We first have the technically live action franchise, which is an indie movie, by the way. Fun fact. Then we have the the Michael Bay live action. Then we have the new animated series and that special what's that term? Fuck, I love it. Rotoscoping animation. Yeah.
The movie was a fucking low budget, you said?
No, it was
The
it was an indie. Yes,
the
Marvin Harris.
original 3?
I believe so. Like it wasn't originally a major studio. I think it
Get
was
the
indie
fuck
studio,
out of
New
here.
Line Studio.
Yeah,
By
that's
the
an
way,
indie?
Jose?
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
That still technically is an independent film compared
Shit.
to getting it from
Like
Warner
Brothers or
Brothers
whatever,
and
yeah.
Universal.
guess.
I know what you're saying, and you're not wrong. It's New Line Cinema, but back then they were
Yeah.
really indie.
Yeah.
Back in '87.
Anyway, I was gonna say my second favorite character is Casey Jones, who also doesn't use a sword. He uses a baseball bat and a hockey stick.
I bring that up. I watched a video on how the first live action, was considered very dark and too violent.
Huh.
So the second one, The Secret of the Ooze, they went really hard to make it family friendly.
You have to,
And-
you know the funny thing? Oh, go ahead, sorry.
And they just didn't, if you notice, they never use their swords once. It's literally glued onto them. Go ninja, go ninja,
You know
go.
something funny? I pray to God that they fucking do the new Ninja Turtle rowing one. The Last Ronin. Fucking pray to Jesus.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
So Last
That was
Ronin one. So
offline.
yeah, Last Rose is fucking amazing. If they ever turn that to a movie, I bet everybody would
Ryan
love
knows
it.
about this.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Offline, you should definitely tell us. I'm interested for sure.
Go ninja, go. All right. This may or may not have been a question I've asked before, but I'm going to ask it again.
Yeah.
This will be the first ever updated question of the day. Is unfollowing an ultimate sign of disrespect?
Unfollowing somebody like on social
Yeah,
media?
that means I never want anything to do with you again. You are out of my life.
I think a block is
Yeah, I think blocking is worse.
Same
I've been
thing.
blocked before a few times.
I'm telling you, listen, I have the courtesy, if I want to unfollow somebody, to remove me as a follower as well. You people with the slick shit, oh, I'm going to unfollow you, but I'm going to keep you following me better for my numbers until somebody notices, hey, why am I following this person? And then, see ya.
I go through actually some like once in a while I'll go through my following and I'll check like people who I'm like, I feel like I haven't heard from you or like seen much like activity on my profile from you. I'll literally go check, and if your name isn't the first name in their following, it means they don't follow you.
Yes.
So then I'm like, if I don't see that, I'm like, okay, F you, like you unfollowed me, I'm unfollowing you back.
See,
I've done that
I
too.
don't care that much. Like,
well, that's because you're Ryan.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
no, don't get me wrong. I've unfollowed people before.
Right.
But
Oh,
I'm not going out of my way to be like, oh, I gotta no. If
It's
I don't
like- I
unfollow
like the
you for some
certain
reason, I
people-
unfollow you, and then if you notice that I'm not following you and you decide to unfollow me, that's totally cool. I get it because I unfollowed you first. I'm
Has
good with
anyone
it.
been questioned about unfollowing? Like, why did you
Yes.
unfollow me? That's happened to me a
Yes.
few times too.
A lot.
Once after a major, very, very, very big breakup in my life.
Blake
I got-
Shelton's
I got-
mom blocked
I
me,
got-
allegedly.
Wait, what?
Wasn't really her. It was
Blake
a scam.
Shelton's mom?
There's a scam. She was pretending to be Blake Shelton's mom.
Oh,
And
no.
she
All
messaged
people.
me. And when I get this is true. When I get scams, I respond.
Every
And
time.
I continue to respond, and they have to end the conversation.
I should give
won't.
you my login, Ryan, so you
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
respond to all of mine.
Absolutely. What was it? Somebody goes, how do you keep yourself like in a positive frame of mind during difficult times? Again, like one of those weird philosophy spam sites, and I was like, honestly, dude, Zoloft. And then they didn't respond. They didn't like that answer. But anyway, so no, I do respond. And so Blake Shelton's mom, we talked for a while, and then I was like, if you're really Blake Shelton's mom, she's like, I am. I was like, she's like, I'll pass the message on to Blake, and I was like, let Blake know that I could really use $1,000, and he's got it. So like, if he could lend it to me, and I basically asked her several times for $1,000, and then she blocked me. So if it was Blake
Ah,
Shelton's mom,
Blake
my
Shelton.
apologies.
I thought you meant Shelton Benjamin's mom. I was like,
No,
what the
Blake
fuck?
Shel. Oh, Mama Benjamin. No, I would never disrespect a legend. But no, Blake Shelton's mom.
That's like
S-
the most random person too.
yeah.
Like
So if
Shelton's
you were
mom.
real Blake Shelton's mom and you happen to hear this, I do apologize. I just didn't believe you, but you weren't real.
My
So
favorite ones are girls that are hot, smoking hot, trying to message me, and then you look at their photos and they're like totally different girls, but and they try to message you and they'll try to get money off you. I
Ryan, I
fucking
am
hate that.
giving you
Yeah,
my
I
login.
have seen
I'm
those.
having
I'm
you,
like,
man.
be consistent. Like, if you're
Yeah,
gonna
like
try to
how the
scam
yeah,
me.
if you're gonna be one girl, not like 10 different girls trying to
Yeah.
match up to one. The fuck.
And
I've had
they're
that.
starting to
I
figure
asked
out how
which
to
one is
verify
talking
themselves
to
too.
me.
You got to be careful,
Oh,
which is
it-
really
it-
insane.
listen, I ain't fucking stupid. I know
I know
I know
it's
what
easy to
girl.
tell still, but they are
No,
getting
but
the blue check mark.
even
Bad job by Tinder.
if you're super hot and you're like a smoking 10 and you're messaging me, I think you're fucking something wrong with you or you're fucking scamming. I ain't falling for
You
that
just
shit.
don't figure out that level.
Fuck no, I ain't stupid. I know
He
I'm a
says I
good.
ain't stupid.
The fuck out of here. I know I ain't fucking like you're smoking hot big ass titties saying, hey, I just came across your shit through someone else. I think you're hot. Yeah, thanks. But that's as far as it's gonna get. I know you're probably Billy from fucking India or some shit. So I'm all right.
I do feel bad about that sometimes. That they're all being forced to do that. But anyway.
Ugh,
They're
jeez.
getting paid.
But
All right. I'll send you a
that's the
video
one
of
thing
that.
again. You're not gonna trick me. You unfollow me, you remove yourself as a follower too. Trying to use me for social media clout.
I do love when I unfollow people and they still keep following me, and I'm
Where it
like,
says follow back.
I'm like, I love that shit.
Oh my
It's
God.
so great. I'm
The
like,
only
okay.
I have blocked, like I said, I got questioned about unfollowing one from a dickhead. Fuck him. I hope I never see him again. Anyways, and I told him I've unfollowed you because I don't like you. Now get away from me. And it was a true conversation, got awkward. And I was going to a wedding I thought he might be at. I was gonna keep the same energy up, but just go somewhere else. Then another important friend at the time. Then I got ratted out we had to go our separate ways. But then I got ratted out by suggested friends. Hey, do you know this person? Do you know this person? Yeah, they do. But it was supposed to go that way. And then
Did you ever unfriended Ryan? Please say yes.
no, I never
Damn.
unfriended Ryan.
So,
I did unfriend, and then another person who's like, you should understand, who questioned about the unfollow. Yeah, I unfollowed you because you crazy. You know what I did? And this is shame on me. I followed them back, trying to. Oh, I want to still be your friend. I want to do that. You know, who's the sucker? This person. Barely talking after the fact. In fact, I'm gonna unfollow them right now. Again. At this moment.
I used to have this was in college, but I used to have the app that would tell me who unfollowed me. And it would it was so accurate. It would be so and so unfollowed you this day or this day, and I'm like, okay, I'm unfollowing you back. What?
Mm-hmm. What insane stuff, right? All right, nuclear opinions of the day, everybody. Who wants to give theirs? I want to volunteer mine third to last. I talked to Jose. Ours is kind of linked, right, Jose? If you're still, is it still the nuclear opinion you have?
I got two of them. If you want?
All right, so we'll do his. Then I'll go last A. Then he can do his second to last one B because it's matched together. Does that make sense?
That works. I'll go first then. So my nuclear opinion is actually a callback a little bit to something we talked about last episode because I just saw the movie Weapons. So I've now seen the movie and now understand what everybody was talking about. Thought it was good. But I have a statement to make. My nuclear opinion is that horror movie auteurs, whatever you call them, the people who do all the horror stuff, the ending doesn't have to go completely slapstick silly. Okay, you could keep it just a touch serious if you really wanted to. This is now the second, and they did it better than The Substance. The Substance is still one of the worst endings I've seen in my entire life. But they did it too. They all of a sudden we're at the very end of the movie. It's been a tense movie, been eerie, been creepy, whatever, and now we're laughing. We're talking jokes. We're like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Oh, there's a man in the kitchen. People know what I'm talking about. So like, come on, you built all this up. You can let it be just a little bit more serious. You don't have to turn the whole thing into a joke in the last 4 minutes of the movie. And I know that wasn't the intent. And again, it did better than other movies. I absolutely recommend people seeing Weapons. It's a great movie. But they did still do it. They just did it a little bit better than other people do it. And it's annoying me. So that's my nuclear opinion. Is if you're going to make a horror movie, make the damn ending scary too. Okay? That's my nuclear opinion.
That movie wasn't a fucking horror movie.
That was close enough.
Oh, come on. It was suspenseful.
Were you
mystery.
scared at all or no?
No, the running was a little creepy. I didn't love it.
I'm just saying The Weapons is officially a mystery horror film.
Yeah, it's more mystery.
The horror's in the name, Jose.
Yeah.
It's a mystery horror. It's mystery, more mystery than horror.
Okay, well, it still works, I think. And so
it's not a slasher. It's not
doesn't need to be a slasher. If you made a scary movie, you should keep it a little bit scary at the end.
There was only like how many deaths were in this fucking movie? Like 3, and the whole fucking
deaths to be scary. You got one death to be scary.
Yeah, but I'm talking about scene. It's not fucking.
How many deaths do you see? You see
in the movie. It was one in the kitchen. And that's it.
With like a stir fry.
And there was what? Wait, what are you talking about?
How many deaths have you?
3
deaths in the movie that you've seen.
3
people die.
That I can recall right
now. Oh, and the ending. Well, the ending, but I mean
4 if you count the ending.
And then what about? Didn't that guy die when he was in the tent? No, he didn't die.
He died later.
He died, but
he died later.
I'm talking about that you seen die. I mean,
we saw him too.
You only saw one in the kitchen, and then towards the end, where all the shit went down.
All right, what's the next nuclear opinion?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's fine. My nuclear opinion stands. Darn it.
Did you like the movie though, Ryan?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Who was next?
Allison, can you grace us with your nuclear opinion?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't really prepare one. I would say, I don't know, guys. Probably just these men out here saying they want people like their ex. And I think that's weird behavior because you and your ex obviously didn't work out. So why do you want people like your ex? That makes no sense to me, but that's okay. I digress.
Fair point. Fair point.
It'd be that they look like their ex and not the personality is what they meant.
Okay, well, he showed me his ex and I was hotter than his ex, so that makes no sense.
Maybe that's just his type.
Okay, well then don't fuck people that don't look like your type.
Well, listen, sex is sex. I mean, I always said, like, sex is sex, and you want the feeling, that's it. You can just keep it whatever, but
well, then go find some other 5'1" loser. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, at the end of the day, it's like.
I mean, did you at least enjoy the moment?
I mean, we've been hooking up for like 2 months.
So there you go. Well, 2 months. I mean, you.
But now I have the ick, and once I have the ick, there's no going back. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Once you realize
it's done.
Yeah, it's done. But I mean, I think he just accepted you. I think he just accepted the terms that it goes as far. It's just sexual and it goes as far as it goes. I think he has a type in. If you want to go,
like, I think having a type is great, but it's like I just don't think you should blatantly be like, "Well, you're not like my ex," but like you just complained to me 10 minutes ago about your ex and how you guys didn't work out, and now I'm.
Man, I'd be pissed off too. I say, get over it. It's over. Move on. Or don't waste my time.
Like I said, I could be just, you're not my ex, like in visual.
There's a reason why you broke up. Darn it. Sorry.
I just think like types like are cool and all, but it's like I feel as though people should essentially date outside of their type because different people have different things to offer.
Right. And I agree with you on that. And I think you should give it a try. But if he kind of, I get his point of view. If I have a type and I don't feel it because how strongly I feel about how I like this type, I think he was just being blatantly honest with you about it.
Well,
Me a little too
I
honest.
hate weird energy like that.
He wanted my height to be a few inches shorter. I wanted his dick to be a few inches longer. I guess
Oh!
we'll get what we want.
There you go.
So
That is a good nuclear opinion. Loser. Jose.
My first nuclear opinion is people, married couples that put fucking status on, like, put it over the top being married when 75% of marriages go to shits. So for me, it's those married couples that be like, marriage is so awesome and amazing. Just to fuck off, because I don't want to deal with divorces. I like not dealing with drama. I don't like fucking with lawyers. I like stay single and mingle and maybe have a nice little booty call once in a blue. Thank you.
So you never want to get married, Jose?
I think it's one of those things that it has to, it's not my first thought is when I meet someone is marriage.
Like you would rather be in like a partnership, like.
Correct. If it gets down to marriage, if I feel comfortable and I feel like we're in this, like we give this a working try and we made sure that we understand who we are, yeah, and like in years. But some people, because of my age where I'm at, I mean, one of the first questions you're asked is, do you want to get married? And if I tell them one day, if I don't tell them yes, a direct answer, I'm a player, I'm this, I'm that, I'm just looking for game or whatever. Which is true in some sense and which is not. If you just let it be and we progress there naturally, then I'm open to any idea. But if you're putting the gun to my head and you're telling me a yes or no answer, I'm going to tell you no. Because the last thing I want to do is tell you, yes, I'm looking for marriage one day, and then it's 3 months from this relationship. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not feeling this. Like, I'm good. And guess what? I was just being a player. I'm playing games. You lied to me, this and that. You start being accused of shit because you told them you wanted to be married. So my answer is always no. But am I open it to one day? Sure. You know, like, if I find that one girl that gave me every reason why none of my relationships or people I liked it never worked out, until I find her, I'm good.
Pretty good. My nuclear opinion, right? And I want to say here, regarding what I'm about to say, this is a reaction from a few people in the span of a few weeks doing this to me. And Ryan, you do this too, with all due respect. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you've done the very thing I'm about to complain about on this show, is that some people who are married really love to brag about how married they are. Look how married we are. Look how married we are. Energy. And I understand there's a lot to be excited about. It's new, it's exciting, it's common experience. And society tells us how marriage is an achievement for some people. And sometimes I feel that people who are married really like to come in certain instances about being married to their single friends. Or they'll use it in an argument like, Ryan, you have said, I'm married, so I know this. But I'm married, guys. Yeah, and I had 3 people and one as early as Wednesday do that to me when we were talking about something. I was sending a meme, and he literally said, oh, well, I'm married and you're not. So who's the married one? And I said, this clip does nothing to do with that. It was something relationship. I think I was pointing out something funny about a relationship. So this was a reaction with you, Ryan, but married people have younger married people have definitely done that. And again, I understand why, but tone it down. It's the same thing as congrats on the sex. Congrats on your marriage. Do you guys feel that happens to you with some certain instances? and it could just be around braggadocious people too.
I think a lot of people I've encountered who are either married or in a relationship just in general,
Yeah, that's true.
kind of look down. No, I'm not gonna say like look down because Ryan, I don't think you like do that, but
Yeah, Ryan. I know in your instances were for the show, and you don't go around doing that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna.
Exactly.
In this
That's the
regard, we're
one thing.
talking usually about relationships. And
Yeah, exactly.
There is a difference. I do have
right,
a
and I
different
don't want that
perspective
as a
on account of
criticism. The guy I'm talking about definitely criticized him, but that's just him.
like I have a friend, Matt, you've met this friend actually. We're not gonna say names, but she's like, since I've met her, she's never been single. She's always been
one of my
in
favorite people I've met.
Yes, sarcasm, we love it.
They like to make
Has
fun of
always
disabled people.
always been in a relationship, has always whatever.
Allegedly.
And has simply just said to me like, "Oh, I'm just a relationship person." And I'm like, "You can be a relationship person and still experience singleness." Like absolutely. Just very codependent, not able to be alone. And her common argument is when people tell her to be by herself is, "Oh, they're just jealous of me," or "Oh, they're just jealous of this." And it's like, that's not necessarily the case. We're just telling you, like, you have never been single and never had that experience to have that time to yourself and actually get to know yourself without another person being present. That we feel as though you need to take the time to do that, to actually figure out who you are and be comfortable with yourself. And it's always the same answer, like, "Oh, this person's just jealous of me. Oh, this person's just that." And that just annoys the crap out of me when people do that.
Well, I have a good feeling that you keep preaching what you should. You keep making fun of people like that. You'll be in the same position.
Jose, did you have anything to add?
That's pretty good.
So I agree, Matt. I don't know what this guy sent you, but I'm married. Like that's wife guy material, right? You talk like, "Oh, I can do no wrong because I have a wife or whatever." Like, I agree with that specific thing. However, as the married guy for the show, and also I do believe this. I'm not just taking a counterpoint. I do think there was a little bit of an overgeneralization that I'm going to push back on and say I disagree. Not because people aren't assholes and talk about their relationship, they do. Like people who are not married will do that. So to pretend that married couples are somehow immune from that is, I mean, silly. But so in the same way that if you're single, you don't want your married friends to show up and start telling you, well, you got to do this or you got to try that or you should do this, you should do that because marriage is great. Like Jose said, not everybody wants to get married. Some people do want to get married, but they want to do dating their way. Ultimately, everybody's going to have to find their own way, right? No friend is going to be able to give you the key to your own love life or to what will make you happy as a person, whether it is a love life or something totally different. In the same way that no couple can do that for folks who are still searching or maybe not searching at all and just single. Single folks don't have some extra special power when it comes to relationships that married folks don't have. They also have a whole separate life that's unrelated to the single folks that they have to navigate. Same as people who are navigating dating. They're navigating this whole fucking experience. I think we have too much of the there was just too much of a us and them framing on this. Everyone's doing the same.
Yeah, but
thing,
they also at the same time create the us versus them frame too.
But obviously I don't know what this guy did, so I can't speak to that. But thinking of my own experiences doing this, it's usually in relation to dating. It's in relation to that experience, which means there is something different between.
It's also the low-hanging fruit. You could say to that person, you know what, I can find some random person to get married to.
But
what's the point?
So that's not what they did.
I'm saying you could. I'm saying you could do that if we're going to play that tit for tat a dick measuring contest about being married, then you could just find somebody to be married to. All right, now we're in the same position.
So right, but they would argue that they didn't do that. They actually found someone
you could
they care
do
about.
the
Now, as
again. You could
Jose
talk about
pointed
the
out,
low hanging fruit. It's just the marriage part.
So as Jose pointed out, 75% of marriages end in divorce, which you could also bring up. Like, you're married now, but
yeah, I know
chances
the
are
ultimate
you won't be married later.
serves you right moment is you got divorced.
Right.
Now
so
you're in the
could-
same
you
position
could
as
bring-
me.
right. So
you
could
lose a
bring
lot
that
of
up.
money and you're
No,
embarrassed.
I mean, you could bring that up, that's for sure. But the idea that, I could just
But I'm not
find
going to
some
go in
schmuck
that low hanging fruit yet.
Right. But the idea of,
do
I
that.
could get some schmuck to marry me. No. I mean, yes, you could. But that's not what this person did. This person didn't say, I'm going to be married and pick somebody. They found
True,
somebody.
but I'm saying with
they had a
lots
whole
of other
courtship with
people
that
who could
person.
do that.
Yeah,
It's just
yes,
the
they
point
can, but
of
it's still
like.
different. That's what I'm saying to you. It's still a different
But
experience.
are you always going to use that I'm married arsenal in your weapons? Like, here's
Why
the
is it a
thing that going
weapon?
to that.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm
What's
saying
the weapon about it?
I'm saying you'd have to ask that person why are they bringing it up.
Well, yeah, I don't know what the meme was, so that makes no sense. But if you're talking about dating, like, again, I'll agree with you because I don't know what he said, but it sounds like it was unrelated to anything that had to do with him. But I'm saying if you're talking about relationships and dating, it is factually, in my opinion, relevant to mention that. To mention what your current situation is. Are you dating somebody? Are you recently out of a relationship? Are you divorced? Are you married? Have you always been in, short-term relationships and never had like a long-term thing? Like, that's relevant because that changes how you see dating, right? That changes how you interact with people and you interact with the idea of emotions and, falling in love.
For sure. It's just
love.
always about though, and then we could always just say, well, I'm on my own journey. Some people meet sooner rather than later. And that's where it's weird to use your marriage as something to brag about. That's supposed to be one of your enhancement in life.
Yeah, I don't know.
And especially how society has made marriage an achievement.
Well, again, there is some achievement to it, I suppose. You made someone like you, but I mean, same as having friends.
Is that achievement to get someone to like you?
That's what I mean. Like, I would say it's the same as having good friends. You made some people like you. That's not, woohoo. I agree. It's not like this big achievement. I'm with you on that, but I do think that the idea that I think it's relevant depending on the conversation, and I do think there are times where folks will get in their head. And again, married couples will do this too. I think that's probably part of this conversation. Will get in their head about, well, whatever, dude, you don't know. I mean, we've had this conversation on the show. When I'll bring up, well, here's something that I believe, and I'll mention my wife and I, and it'll be, well, you're different because you met somebody fast, and not everybody does that, and that's just different. No, some people do that, some people don't. All of the emotions we're talking about are the same.
Right. And it is a weird argument we get to the point where, I was able to get this person to have this emotion about me and whatever.
Right. Which
I think at the end of the day, for both sides, everybody's on their own journey or they choose not to. People are better alone or better single.
Too.
So
single is still your own journey.
Again, at the end of the day, I don't think you should use marriage as a, something on your belt or whatever. And I'll keep those same words for me if I'm so lucky to marry somebody. But at the end of the day, and as I said to them and whoever, and until I'm married myself, if somebody's going to really use them being married as a way to brag about themselves, making themselves seem cooler, that's where you say, congratulations, that we move on.
Yeah.
So the final thing we're going to do to say goodbye to this week, very local, but I just couldn't stop but laugh.
Hold on, I didn't even get to do my last one.
Take us away, Jose.
My last New Year opinion is for married people that tells me they might not have the love of their life, that their marriage partner is not the love of their life. Pisses me off. Because then I'm like, why did you marry them?
Wait, people say that?
Who says that?
Yes. Bunch of people.
That's weird. Don't say that.
That's crazy. I did see a question.
That's where we're back to that. I could just marry somebody.
Well, yeah, that would be an example of that.
Well, I did see a question come up on my Instagram today. It was kind of goes along with that. It was saying, like, would you cheat on your current spouse if it meant you found the love of your life.
Oh.
And all of the comments were
Your
yes.
spouse- but your
Hell
spouse-
yeah.
So it's like
Sometimes that happens.
So you're currently with somebody.
That's
let's
happened
just
a
say
lot, I've seen.
So it's like, let's say you're in a relationship and that person, like, you know, like, let's say whoever comes down and tells you that's not your person, but if you cheat on this person you're currently with this person, that person is the love of your life. Like, you know that.
No. The
Would
person
you
that you're
cheat?
with is the person.
Would you cheat is my question.
Right. And I'm saying if you married this person, not dating, married this person, then whether or not, and part of this is, again, part of my belief that the love of your life is somebody that you grow into. It's not preordained by an angel above, right? And so if you have a happy life with your current spouse and you love each other and you care for each other, then whoever's telling you, oh, that's not the love of your life, this other person, this stranger you don't know is lying to you. I would say that person is wrong. Now, obviously, that doesn't work with the hypothetical we set up, but I would say that the hypothetical we set up is impossible. In my
But all
view,
the comments said yes.
Well,
it was
okay.
crazy. It
I've
was
said
so
this a
insane
million
to me.
times. You could have 20,000 people tell me I'm wrong. That doesn't mean I'm wrong. It means 20,000 people think I'm wrong, and that's fine too. But
Jesus,
and I
mind
might
with your
be, by the way.
distance.
But I don't think I am on this one. I do believe that the love of your life is the person you dedicate your life to. That's who that is. So if you find somebody and you love them to the point that you dedicate your life to them, that's the love of your life. There's no person, you're not going to have sex so good that suddenly that's the love of your life. And by the
What
way,
is that?
just
What?
because if you're cheating on them, that means you're and you know why, Jose. But
No,
number
but no,
two,
that's physically. You can
yeah,
cheat them
okay.
emotionally.
I'm saying if they've, like I said, there's no version of this where the person that you're not with, if you've committed to them in that way, isn't the love of your life. There's never going to be a stranger who you're madly in love with, off rip, without knowing them, sight unseen. But the person that you've dedicated your life and time to isn't the love of your life. That's just not a possibility. It does
So
not.
do you feel as though falling in love is a choice?
Yeah.
You want to know the Jesus, that's crazy.
That's not falling in love then.
That's
Well,
not
I think
falling.
the initial act of falling in love
I'll break. I
isn't
see.
a necessary choice.
I'll break it down because that's just crazy by saying love is a choice.
I think you have to choose to
You
love
still fall
someone
in love.
continually.
Like, you still have an emotional, yeah. Obviously, there's still the emotional act of falling in love, of course. That's not what I'm talking about.
But once you become in love, once you fall in love, it's not a choice anymore.
Yes, no, I know that, but I'm saying that.
So where's the choice come in? Where do I
before
get
you
to
fall
decide
in
that?
love?
How
You're
do you
choosing a person?
Listen,
you're choosing to date a person.
See how ridiculous that sounds. If I fall, I didn't
No,
choose
that's
to
not
fall.
ridiculous at all.
Oh well, if I'm going to fall, it happens.
Yeah.
That's what's falling, right?
Right, you won't know.
I don't have the choice.
But
So
you
where does the
choose
choice
who
come
you're
That's
in?
what I'm saying, though. I
You
think the
choose who
initial
you're with.
act.
You don't choose because
No,
you're
you choose like
falling.
who you go on a date with, Jose. You're not prearranged, correct?
Ryan. The point of falling. If I can be with a girl and not and be like in my. Hold on, I can be a girl and not have to really don't want in my mind, and it just happens to fall. It wasn't my choice to fall.
But the person that you're with, at some point in your time, you chose. You chose that person. You chose to take that person for coffee. You chose to dance with that person at a club. You, at some point in your life, chose the person. Yeah, when you fall in love, that's different. You don't be like, oh, I'm in love with you.
My choice.
No,
but that's
you
not
fall in love when you fall in love. You get to know a person. You get to spend time with this person. You're like, oh my God, I think I love this person. That's falling in love. You have no power over that. I'm agreeing with you there. I'm saying the initial choices you make are part of that because who you're with when you fall in love, you chose them at some point. You're never going to accidentally fall in love.
But I don't
you
think
have to have chosen to be around said person to some degree.
Where he gets messed up in, like, I agree on all that, on those, but there's one, my intentions could be different. Sure. I agreed to meet this girl because my intentions was just to have a one-night stand. No, I agreed not to have anything. Those were my choices.
Correct. But
All
then
right,
afterward, you fall in love. Yeah, no, I'm with you. We agree on this. I think we were saying it differently and not understanding. Yeah, the choice is at the beginning. You can choose to, well, I'll just smash. You can choose, I want to see if this is something real. You can choose just to talk to a cute girl at a bar, and you have no other thing beyond that. And then when you fall in love, you fall in love. You don't have a
but
choice in the matter at
but
that point.
then but so we get to there. All right, let's go. We'll put that on pause for a second. So now the next step is I made this choice. I fell in love with this girl.
Yeah.
Because I fell, just because I'm trying to word it correctly. At the time, I felt this was the one. My problem is if I fell for another girl, wasn't again intentional. If I was with a coworker and we worked together and our chemistry was amazing, blah, 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 I fell. Now, the question I would ask myself is like, well, if my original wife, my wife that's home waiting for me, is the love of my life, and here's this other girl that I met, that I worked with, blah, 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 we keep it professional, and I'm having feelings towards that person. Is my wife the love of my life? Because if she's the love of my life, then this person at my job should have no effect on me at all.
So I disagree with that part. I don't believe that the feeling.
I don't think you're ever gonna fully love someone 100% all the time, 24/7. So down the line, I think you do. You are, though the initial act was you did fall and you had no choice essentially over those feelings and emotions of falling for a person. I just think down the line you have to actively choose
every day
to love them over your coworker, to love them over any other person that comes in the picture.
Right.
That's a decision.
You're right. But what if you choose not to? What if you open that door?
Then you chose not to, and you didn't love them as much as you thought. You didn't want them enough.
That person's not exactly. Yeah. The person I gave my life to isn't the love of my life. Right. And that was the point of the question. There's
a third party, Jose, and I'm saying
Ryan,
no third party can show. No.
Allison, what was the question? Hold on. What was the question, Allison?
It was, if you are with your current partner, would you hypothetically cheat on them if you were told that the person you cheat with is the love of your life?
If I grew feelings for this other person, well, even if she told me, if I grew feelings for this other person while I'm married, obviously there's a disconnect in my marriage, isn't there?
But that's not what was said.
So you're never going to truly, Ryan, the point is you're never truly going to know who's the love of your life.
I'm agreeing with that. But
You're
I'm saying,
assuming
in this scenario,
that you're married. You're assuming that your wife, the one you choose, is the love of your life.
I'm saying in the scenario that Allison just described, a fourth person shows up and tells you that a third person that you don't know is the love of your life, and all you
hypothetically,
have to do is
it's a higher power that's telling you.
I'm saying that there is no higher power or otherwise. There is no fourth party who will know the love of your life before you do.
Ryan,
if you don't know the person, they're not the love of your life. You can't show up with someone and talk to them with it preordained that they're the love of your life.
So then going to that, you don't believe in destiny.
This is a hypothetical fourth person. Nobody's
I know that. That's why I said to me, I can't get over the hypothetical action of it, because that's someone else telling you that a stranger is the love of your life, which would never happen. Only you can be a part of that. Only you can have those feelings and then make those decisions to make that
Ryan
happen.
would not cheat. I personally would not cheat. Jose would cheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Matt, what about you?
And Matt would cheat or not?
No.
I mean, of course you guys. I mean, here's the problem.
I'd break up with them immediately, but I wouldn't cheat.
So what
that's very similar. I'll give you that.
Just so you can cheat. Just so you can sleep with the other person. You're gonna.
That's pretty close. I'll give you that. That's pretty close to the cheating.
I
won't cheat, but we are done. I won't cheat.
I've heard of stories like that. They send a breakup text.
Hey, listen, I just met this girl. She's awesome, so we're done.
She's apparently the love of my life.
That's crazy.
I've met somebody else saying is a really tough one to hear,
Mm.
or say,
Mm.
and that's the thing. And I'm just like, would you rather have that? I mean, you're gonna have to have that, I guess.
Eventually,
If
you'll
you
have
want
to
the
tell
truth,
them, right? Yeah.
I
You'll
met
have to tell them
somebody
eventually.
else. Dark shit, dark. But I don't know. It always goes back to you know type of stuff, right? Or don't know.
At the end of the day, do any of us really know?
No, we don't.
No.
Just
We
guessing.
really will only know when we're up in heaven. And
I'm gonna start
I guess it
picking
worked
names
out.
out of hats. I swear to
Phone book.
God. I'm gonna
I
pick
don't
every
even-
person that messages me on Hinge, and I'm gonna pick their name out of the hat, and then that'll decide like my course of action. Or the people on TikTok lately who ask random people on the street like what their next decision should be. So
I
maybe
would
I'll just
not let
let strangers dictate
do
my
that.
life.
Yeah, I wouldn't let strangers tell me
Yeah.
what my next decision is, but
The hat sounds better.
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, man. I guess it just does come down to I don't know. One day it just happens, right? And we could really evaluate all our past relationships, past and present. But you ever hear that term, like right person, wrong time? I used to think that was a thing, but I realized as I get older, they just weren't the right person.
Oh no,
They
I
never
I
really.
kind of disagree with that.
Same.
Do you ever think like whether it was you or them that caused the breakup or stop talking, is it truly would they move everything like mountains? And this is where I give Ryan true credit, if you don't mind me giving you credit, Ryan. Whether you will truly change your life or your circumstances in your life, that as long as they would somewhat do the same thing, or they will at least accept your love, does that prove a point? Yes or no?
That's obviously.
I know it's very, very layered and
there's-
very, very deep.
Yeah, there's
But
sacrifice involved in most relationships, especially at
and
that
that's where
young age.
speaking with elderly couples comes into play.
I mean, my circumstance is different because my ex died. So
Well,
I
yeah.
think personally he was like the right person for me. Just the timing, like obviously,
Well, yeah.
not sure if there's
The only
another
thing
lifetime.
I agree with,
or
I can see
anything,
that. Just do
but-
you feel like I'm very sorry that happened, and I guess you'd have a whole life to figure out like that's just when it truly closed, if that makes sense. Like a love story
Mhm.
for any widow, right?
No, yeah, I do think that that's very
Like
much
I'm
the
saying
case.
is you did everything. You lived that story, even if it was brief, but it was a true beginning and end, right? The death to you part type of stuff.
Yeah, I would say in general, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you were together a year or 20 years or 40 years. They're still
So
together.
now
Yeah.
that, and now you have the rest of your life type of stuff. Like that's what's interesting. And can you also have multiple true loves in your life, or is there only
Yes.
one?
My mom thinks so. She was
I
just
think
telling
you
me
can.
about that the other day. She's like, she doesn't believe in like soulmates.
Mhm.
Like there's multiple people that like you fall in love with or you have connections with, and you're never just gonna solely meet one person who knows everything about you and does all this and does all that, and like there's gonna be multiple people you click with and have types of things. So
Nothing is preordained, other than we are born and we die.
I will give the great Fred from church was talking about his two angels like that.
Mhm.
And well, I guess it's true. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't freaking know.
maybe in some other lifetime, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know.
You guys find I find y'all fascinating with your thoughts. Jeez Louise.
Why?
My vibe is I'm just gonna meet somebody because I told God I wanted a companion, and it might be when I'm 85, and that's gonna suck, but at least I don't have to worry about doing too much. I don't have to
What if she
satisfy at
passed
that point.
away?
What if my true love is dead?
Yeah.
I don't.
There's
Sucks
no
Well,
way.
how
ass.
would you know?
I
Well,
wouldn't. I don't
exactly.
fucking know, right?
There's also
Exactly.
That's
more than
where
one.
that's when
Right.
I go into my rotoscope in the sky after the fact. well, this could have happened, that could have happened, this version of you did this, that version of you did that. But I hope we have many, 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 many decades until that happens. Love, but I just know it's going to happen, or it doesn't. Then when I'm dead, at least I'm dead at that point. I don't have it. I don't. At least I don't have anything
I didn't get love,
to
so I
defend myself.
died.
Hey,
So I don't have to defend myself after the fact. Nobody can make fun of me,
It didn't work out, but I'm dead, so what do I care?
right?
Okay.
Like Yogi Berra said, remember, go to people's funerals because if you don't, they won't go to yours. But seriously though, I mean, that's why Ryan got his love. That's why I know Allison's gonna get his love. Even Jose, deep down, whatever you want, you're gonna get. I'm gonna get what I want, and she's gonna be fine. She's gonna be beautiful. She's gonna
She's gonna have a non-BBL that doesn't stink.
Right, no smells.
No,
Yeah,
smells.
no, serious. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be empathetic. She's gonna be confident. She's gonna be funny. She's gonna like sports. She's gonna teach me a thing or two about life, many things about life. She's gonna be the mother of my children. She's gonna be my best friend. She's gonna make me a better man, and more. 9 things right there. I know what is gonna happen.
Manifestation.
And then I'm gonna have my big podcast company with offices in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. I'm gonna have dogs and cats. I'm gonna see multiple Yankees, Knicks, Giants, and Rangers championships. I'm gonna go to the Masters. I'm gonna go to the Oscars. I'm gonna win an Oscar.
We're changing
I'm
the
gonna win an
course of
Emmy.
history here.
I'm going to get a Rolls Royce.
My God.
I'm gonna get a BMW. I'm gonna get
BBL.
$70,000 courtside tickets.
I will. I'm gonna do it all. I got a lot of time left, hopefully. So let's make the most of it. And let's end this off with one final thing here on this special edition of the podcast, or a long one, but a great one.
Yeah.
But who cares? That's why we're here to discuss and hang out. Because beyond what's going on in this world, we really do have each other. And in this local story that was supposed to be brought up 20 minutes ago, I will do it one more time. WFAN, radio station that's literally responsible for this podcast existing next to Howard Stern, Conan O'Brien, and Mark Maron, the big four, the founder, the foundation. And then the one show that I saw when Ryan was on it. If these two could do a damn podcast, I can too. So, that's over 605 episodes and counting later. So we had WFAN this week. It's the final week of the regular season. The Mets hanging on by a thread. But at the time of this recording, they are up 1 game with 3 to play for that final wild card spot. Just have to win 2 to clinch. And Cincy has to lose 2. So we'll see if that actually happens. Hopefully it doesn't, but it probably will. And but they will have a very early exit. But anyways, we have passionate New York sports fans, right? And I got truly my favorite call of the year that truly anybody can laugh. Just simply a guy complaining about the New York Mets that I have spent my entire life listening to on this radio station and will continue. Somebody complaining about the Mets being bad and the Mets being embarrassments. Right? So his name is Paul from Yonkers, right? Paul from Yonkers. You guys ready?
Yep.
He just made these two guys, Boomer and Gio, lose it. Paul in Yonkers complaining about the Mets.
Paul in Yonkers. Paul, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, guys. I am sick and tired of hearing how Juan Soto and Pete Alonso only won 40 homers and 100 RBIs. What do you want from them? 60 homers, 150 to make the playoffs? Steve Cohen allowed 3 minor leaguers on this field all year long. He didn't upgrade nobody. Yeah, you're fighting with the playoffs. Let's hit some more minor leaguers. 4 minor leaguers you were fighting with to go to the playoffs. Good luck. The team is minor leaguers right now. That's the mess. You got Lindor, Soto, and Pete Alonso. Yeah. And after that, we'll wait 3 days. But it's going to come back around for them to get up. That's all you got. There's going what? He brought in nobody after Soto. He did nothing. You get what you deserve. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Like
you
that.
get what you deserve. Get out of here. Nothing in this life is better than speaking with an elderly New York sports fan. Oh, man.
Remind me of the what murder.
What murder? Oh, my God. All right, guys. Good work. We'll see you next week with all new productive conversations content. Be safe out there and all the love, and you will find love. Peace.
Later.